Party all night is the best of the best friend weekend. We can party all night is the best of the best friend weekend. We can party all night. Shout out the whole podcast crew. Everybody already know what it do. When you really gotta kill it, ain't nobody gonna feel it. When you really gotta tell them it's my crew. It's best friend weekend. We can party all night. We got Rog Smuve and Los, Rumble, Aldo NICE is the uncle.
I was running in with my old teammate the other day, and he mentioned how it's almost time for him to get back to the classroom. He's a teacher, and after that comment, it kind of bust my dome because I totally forgot there was a such thing as a summertime, and that thing existed for them little kids. And with this just brings me to my next point. After that thought, man, it brought me down memory lane, bruh. I miss recess, bruh. I miss lunchtime, bruh. Like I just said, I miss summertime, bruh. Nowadays, shit real. You gotta be on your P's and Q's at the JOB. Back in the day, in the classroom, damn if you got it, damn if you didn't. Shit, back in the day, it really was no responsibilities. You just was living on a whim, you know? How they used to tell you, enjoy these times, because you ain't gonna have them for long. And after that whole little conversation in memory lane, I always knew what they meant, but now I'm really starting to get it, man. I forgot a whole something existed, bruh.
I say, whoa, welcome to the Best Friend Weekend Podcast. It's your man, Aldo NICE.
It's your boy, Rog Smuve.
It's your boy, Los, a.k.a. C.A.P.
Hey, man, look, back in the building, bro. Listen, Rumble said some interesting things. He went right to summer. And I mean, you know, as educators, like, that's right up our alley. Los, I'm going to throw that to you. It's an alley, man. Look, tell me what you feel about that summer.
Hey, man, I got to have that summer in my life, bro. I look forward to it in August. I'm already counting down. Trying to see how many days to summer. You know what I'm saying? When we get out, something, you know, right before like last week, you know, they send the new schedule for the next year. I'm going to look at the schedule, seeing when we get out for summer, when we go back, and when we get out. So I got to have that summer. I recharge, cool out, travel a little bit when that Rona ain't out. You know what I mean? I got to have that summer in my life. I never, ever, ever forgot it was a summer.
Well, the thing is, like, I kind of went that same route as you because I was in education for a bunch. You go right from high school to college with them extended summers, boy. Like, whew, college summers.
Well, not for me. I had to stay. I played football. I had to stay. So.
Well, I mean, I was doing summer school and stuff and running and doing different programs, but still, it was a long time that you didn't have to be in class like that. Or was you in class too?
I went to summer school.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
It's required.
I went to summer school. Oh, y'all had to?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because we had 5:30 workouts. Monday through Thursday, and I took an 8 o'clock class, so I had my whole day.
Well, you ain't had no fun like us. We had summer, and then, but I mean, shit. I went from that to in the classroom to so that's why it was so hard for me to leave the classroom to go to my current job because it's like, damn, I work a lot in the summer. I'll be doing a lot of the trainings that I do, so yeah, I don't have that. But you know, my guy, old Charlie, man, when I first started teaching, he used to always be like, say, bruh, you need to get this money, man. You teach summer school. So I taught summer school every year I was teaching. So I was cutting my summer down to like 6 weeks every year. I should have took advantage of it. Like Rumble say, like I missed that. I missed that summer.
I taught summer school one time, and I said, this ain't for me. I need my summer. I went back tired. I ain't want to see them cheering. Yeah, I was like, nope, got to have my summer. I'd never do that again. The money was good, but then all money ain't good money. So I left it alone. I let them have that.
Raj, what's your favorite part that you miss about a school like that, traditional school?
I mean, I definitely miss the summer. That's just low hanging fruit, though. You know, like the summer was too easy. I miss, as Rumble said, the lack of responsibility. Like where you just like I could still graduate and still do my thing and kind of mess around in class and stuff. You know, and clown and write letters, whatever we was doing in class, you know, like I didn't have much responsibility. Like I didn't have much overhead, you know, like now I got overhead. Now I got job responsibilities that I got to cater to. And I think that's my favorite thing other than the summer about, you know, not being in school no more.
I'm a co-sign that because I hate that. It's a thought I have often. That, you know, I got one of them jobs. Like every job is different, right? Some people make a lot of money and some people don't make a lot of money. And it ain't really based upon what you do. It's just kind of based upon the luck of the draw. But like I got one of them type of jobs that when I get off, I'm still working. So I'm working all the time. I'm never not working. It's like I'm at home with my computer out. I'm thinking about stuff. I'm jotting things down. Like my job never leaves. It's not like I clock out. So it's even worse than not having responsibility. It's like I got responsibility all the time. But I guess it kind of feels like college in that, not really, but the idea of, when class is over, you got a bunch of studying and a bunch of other stuff to do is kind of what I'm getting at. Because they was unruly in college. If you think about that, taking like 17 hours, 18 hours, like all them classes you got to take. You was doing a lot in college to say that we was playing a bunch. We was working a bunch too.
Bro, I distinctly, I definitely can attest to that, bro. I'm taking 18 hours and playing football. You be gone. Like, it was, I remember I did that 2 semesters.
Yeah.
Longest semesters ever. They happened to be in the fall too. Well, it's 1 year. One was I did 18 in the fall, 18 in the spring. And I didn't even go to summer school. I was like, man, fuck, I just stayed around. I just stayed in Houston and worked out. But that was the worst thing ever, bro. I didn't get no sleep. I was always tired. The only time I slept was on road trips.
I mean, I would say that high school, up until like the last semester of high school, that's like the last time I didn't really have nothing to do after school. Like, I mean, I had stuff to do. I had practice in band practice or whatever. I would go to like different like events or whatever I do. I had stuff to do, but it wasn't like I had like work to do too. You know what I mean? Like, senior year at the end, I started having to do work. Like, because it started getting kind of tough in physics and calculus and shit. And then in college, it's like the same thing. Well, not freshman year, because I did what I wanted and failed and stuff.
My senior, I had one real important class, and that was English 4. I had done I took all the other classes already. Everybody was getting 2 electives. I wasn't getting no electives. I was just taking all my classes. So I wanted my senior to be a breeze. Senior, I had English 4, and I worked in the office with the coach.
This and, high school?
Hey,
Yeah, high school. Okay. I worked in the office with my coach for 2 periods. I forgot what they called it. And then I had telecommunications, 3 periods, and I was done.
So something that a lot of kids do now that I don't think I would ever do is go to school half a day. Like, I don't think I would ever want to go to school half a day because school to me was just fun. Like,
that's what all my friends had.
I had so much fun in school.
Yeah,
that's what all the friends had.
I guess it depends on what you do. Like those them dudes who play football and all that, or basketball, the big time players, they do that and they be working out. Going to get
a lot of people, a lot of people
I'm talking
do just
about
regular people. Like they'll have a half day.
If you regular, that's stupid.
And then they might go take a class or credit class at HCC or something. Like, I know they be doing stuff like that.
They probably don't have friends like that, though, so they don't really want to be at school. These kids,
I mean, that could be true, too.
They'll sit at home on the phone and play video games and don't talk to nobody. All the interaction is social media. People don't like, kids don't talk in person no more like that.
At 17 years old, I would have been bored as hell going home at 1 o'clock.
Oh, my God.
Or not even 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock being home. I'd
have been on that Madden playing on my Dynasty because I can't play online because I had dial-up internet at that time. So I'm not even like, I don't even have that interaction. It's just I'm going hop on my Saints Dynasty.
That nigga said,
that nigga said 2080.
They didn't have, he had dial-up. Nigga, they didn't even have like PlayStation Network, I don't think. I didn't have a PlayStation when I was
AOL back then. AOL. Like, you couldn't even talk on the phone on the internet then.
I'm trying to think. I believe that they had it. I don't think they had PlayStation Network, but you could play online. It just was not as vast as it is now. But you could find somebody to play online. It's just that wasn't the norm.
For you in 2004. I'm talking about 2000. We didn't. It wasn't a thing. It wasn't a thing, I don't think.
So you had to go play against them boys.
Yeah, like I used to go play Pius Willis. Pius Willis, them down the street. I used to pull up, go play the game. Isaiah Mitchell. I go play the game against them at their house. Home field advantage. Home rules.
But you got to bring your own controller because that boy will always give you that janky controller.
The second controller always busted up.
Rog Smuve. Rog Smuve.
Always busted up.
Hey, I didn't mention that the one time I beat him on that 2K, that boy went in the room and get his controller and sit in the controller.
and my streak lived on.
The streak was over. The streak ends when you lose. So you started a new streak with your controller, but Al's
controller had peanut butter and jelly in it. Like I'm telling you,
But you was beating our ass with that same controller the day before.
I don't think so. I think something happened. Maybe I spilled peanut butter and jelly on it. I just know it was janky.
There you go. Nice the peanut butter and jelly daddy.
I knew it was a reason why I was losing. He gave me the jank controller.
I mean, but I don't put peanut butter in jelly. I just put syrup on it when you do it, man. Let me tell you some things that burn my boudin this week, man. The first thing that burns my boudin, man. I was on the phone. Listen, shout out. This podcast is brought to you by Rumble Williams. Rumble. I was on the phone with him the other day. I was like, yeah, I just got finished working out, man. About to hop in the shower. He started talking to me about something, and I engaged in the conversation and started talking. Boo, 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 boo. We talked for about 8 minutes, and I said, all right, my dog, I'm about to hop in that shower. And that man said, hey, man, so look, how to tell me about something. And he went to tell me a story. I was like, say, bro, I will not allow you to keep me on the phone when I just said I'm getting in the shower. That shit burns my boudin, man.
He completely ignored what you said. That's normally what women do.
What?
You're like, yeah, oh yeah, remember I forgot to tell you.
I definitely have had I've had that same experience. I'm not necessarily saying with the same person, but I'm not necessarily not saying the same person. So but yeah, I feel you. When I'm ready to get off the phone, I'm ready to get off the phone. And to be honest with you, I'm super selfish. So I usually call people when I'm in the car. Once I step foot in my house, I'm ready to get off the phone.
Of course.
And if you keep going, I don't have much more to say. I really don't. I'm not gonna talk much more.
I mean, me and Raj, we used to have the little thing we did every time we call each other, and it was like somebody ready to get off the phone. That nigga, give me an example of what you used to say.
Oh shit! My oh man, look like my speaker too close to my phone. Let me go check on it. I think it's going back and forth.
Hold up.
I'll let you later.
Hold up. I think I left my toilet paper on the weight bench. I'm gonna have to holler at you, bro. Let me check in this drawer right quick. I'm looking for the man. Let me find these peanut brittles.
Where you said that lighter was at?
Any kind of excuse to get off the phone.
I'm gonna holler at you.
Hey, and I'm gonna just say this: Rumble, you hear him on the podcast. Rumble's actually a great conversation on the phone. It's just when you get to that point when you're like, all right, bro, I'm about to get off the phone, and that goes for Rumble. That goes for anybody who like, all right, bro, you got to be able to take that old cue to be like, all right, bro, I'm gonna holler at you. Take
that L.
It's a little different, man. Let me tell you another thing that burned my boudin this week. Call it controversial or not. What burns my boudin is girl dads that push that athleticism. And
explain.
Well, I follow some people, right? And like it's like, man, check out my daughters in this, and I'm not going. You know, woman sport. It's either volleyball, tennis, softball, something like that, right? And they like, check out my daughter YouTube page. It's like 2 daughters. Check out them playing these, playing, and look how dope they is. And they good. Like you can tell, like I know sports. I know they're great. But it feel like that, man, like it always has that feel like, damn, you pushing them sports extra hard on your little girl. And that always kind of burns my boudin. What are y'all thoughts on that?
Well, I know parents who take it to the extreme with it. Like they go, you know, people are really, they spend money like extra. You might be playing club or league or AAU, and they spend the extra $1,500, $1,000 to $1,000 a month to make their kid good. Like I've seen kids burn out as early as 12. Girls, you know, the days out there screaming, hollering, the girl just don't have it. Like she just not built for it. She out there crying. You know what I'm saying? She just not built for it. But they just won't let it go. You know what I mean? I mean, if you want to be proud of your child, that's cool. You know, so I'm not, you know, if your child good and they love it, you be proud of your little girl, show them off. I just think don't overpost them now. Every 2 days they're trying to have a game. Don't tell me. If I want to see him and follow him, I do it myself. Don't try to force it on me.
I think that there's a so I think if we all have sons, right? Like if we all were to have a son, the first option would be for our son to be an athlete. And that's I think I'm making that assumption, but is that true? Like between y'all two? Because I know it's true for me.
I would want
play something.
Yeah, I would want my son to play sports because I think sports teaches you valuable lessons for life. Yeah. But I don't.
The first thing I want is a smart child.
Yeah, that is number one. Number one. I want him smart and healthy. Yeah, like that's the first thing.
I mean, outside of those things, I just mean, not like if he has to have a hobby, I want his hobby to be sports. I of course want him to be smart and healthy. And
I'd rather him like sports than video games. Yes, all day.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'd rather him like sports than a lot of things. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But I also don't think that there's anything wrong with like changing your view for what you want your kid to be. And I think that they got some dads, like, just to kind of speak on what you're saying, like, that's just like fully committed to making their kid an athlete when maybe that kid doesn't want to be an athlete, or maybe that kid don't even have a choice or don't know nothing else, or doesn't know what fun is. I feel like when I discovered basketball, like, that was like, I liked basketball and nobody necessarily pushed me towards it. I just liked it. They got some parents don't afford their children that flexibility. Cause I think that my parents, if I would have been like a big gamer, they would have supported that. Yeah. If I would have been a hunter gatherer, they would have supported that. So all I'm saying is I just think that they just got some parents out there that's just like not willing to compromise with what that child might actually want, and that is a problem.
I think the problem for especially with girl dads is some of those dudes really wanted a boy. So they try to force it on that girl.
That's the thing.
You know what I mean? They try to force it on that girl, and it doesn't be. I think they enjoy sport. They might enjoy that sport, but when you start making it like a job for some girls, it just it's just not it. They want to play it for fun and hobby, and still have friends to be able to go do stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not all, even boys too. Not all athletes really want to put their work in to be great. That's why it's only a select few in the league. But I think a lot of men push those girls like that because they really, really, really wanted a boy.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to sound, and I mean, I know sometimes we come across as misogynistic. We come across as like,
not we.
No, it's well, Los. I can talk about some views that Los is saying. However,
okay, go ahead.
Okay, never mind everything I just said, right? But no, like, I would say that there's a lot of instances where I think because it's a girl, sometimes when you look at it different. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're like, does that little girl want? Because honestly, the little girl might want it. The little girl might be like, yes, that's all I want to do is play volleyball. Yeah. That's all I'm trying to do is play softball. And then that becomes a thing. But when you already kind of like, I think it kind of is when you know the dad and when you feel like, nah, the dad has always been one of them kind of people who like all about it. But that just could mean that the kids see the dad doing it and wants to do with the dad. I mean, there's a lot of reasons. But from the outside looking in, sometimes it just be looking like, come on, girl, dad. Like, and it's that sentiment that you're doing a lot. And I wonder what you would, like, I don't know. I hate to go too far into it, but I think that it's a thing. I think that it's definitely a thing that's... But I'll tell you
really
what...
overposting.
Yeah, but I'll tell you
your child on your page.
I'll tell you one story that I'm 100% sure of. I got somebody that I know really closely that was like playing girls, like I think basketball, and was good. You know what I mean? But the people was pushing her to play ball because I want you to go to college for free.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Do y'all think it's bad if you do that?
Not at all.
I don't think anything's wrong with encouragement. Like if I'm nudging you in the right direction, I think that's.
How about if you just spent that $1,500 a month, Raj, from the time she was 5 to the time she's 15, and now she about to get a scholarship, and she says she don't want to play no more. How about that?
I mean, I gotta eat that, you know.
No
Man, I got to. I gotta give her that freedom. But if she good enough, then no, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying she's good enough. She got the scholarship already. And she like, nah, Daddy, I don't want to. I don't want to do it. I want to go to design school.
You're gonna pay your own way. That's the thing. Like if you got a free ride for whatever it is, and you decide not to get a free ride, then you're gonna pay for college.
Well, you're a better dad than mine.
Okay,
my dad told me.
Go ahead.
I ain't like football. I got a football scholarship. Now I'm just waiting for basketball. He said, "Boy, you a damn fool. You signing this."
And that's the part I'm talking about. Like, what if your little girl like she want to go to, you live out in Colorado, right? She wants to go to like Colorado State, like that's her dream school. but she hoop a little bit, and they like, all right, we're gonna give you a scholarship to go to Colorado School of the Mines. And she like, I don't want to go to Colorado School of the Mines or Colorado Tech Community College. And she like, I don't want to go to that. And you like, well, you got a scholarship there. Are you going?
I mean, the thing is yeah. I mean, it got a certain point where I gotta put my foot down, like for real. But if it's like, oh, the difference between I want to go to Aveda or I want to go to, like, you're gonna pay for Aveda, like I'm not paying for, because I need you to learn the consequences of your stupidity. Like that's what I'm saying. So like, if you go to Colorado State, you got this, or Colorado School of Mines, you got a free school. Like you can go to college for free. Like, but I also need you to understand the consequences. If you choose to go to Aveda, I'm not supporting it. I'm not financially supporting it. I'll back you, with support, with emotional support, but I'm not paying for it. Not when you got a full ride. That's a waste of money.
Get them big loans.
No way.
Bro. I put the money in the front.
That's another thing, because sometimes you got to make the decision for your kids. So I think.
Because they don't. No, you're right. Because sometimes they don't keep, like, listen, you think about your mentality when you was 18 and where it is now. You didn't know shit at 18.
So I wasn't gonna go into this conversation immediately right here, but big Maker McCurr, whatever his name is, went to Howard. Is that like one of those, or is planning to go to Howard? Is that one of these situations where we feel like that the parents need to like start making the kids go to these HBCUs? We all talking about the movement. I saw Bovada. I don't know how true this is, but they said the line right now on Bovada is for Bronny. Like the number one school is North Carolina Central. Like that's the number one recruited. Like if you betting money right now, that's the best the best odds. And like the second best
for
odds
Bronny?
is Duke. Bronny is North Carolina Central, then Duke. And when I read it, I was like, that makes sense. Because like LeBron and who LeBron is, I know he has those relationships with like a Coach K and whatever, but it makes sense that LeBron, the type of black man he is, would be part of that.
That's where you going.
You're going to a black school, like, and that's what you're going to do. So, I mean,
why is it such a foregone conclusion that Bronny is going to go to college in North Carolina? Like, why?
Oh, wow, that's crazy. I didn't even think about it. Well, I think it's because, I think this is the reason, if I had to guess, I would guess that Duke is Coach K and he has a relationship with LeBron, and I would guess that North Carolina Central is the best HBCU currently. Like, they won the MEAC. Yeah, they won the MEAC like 5 years in a row or some shit like that, and they was number one seed going into this year that got stopped. So, yeah, North Carolina Central is the one who gets to the dance from the MEAC like every year. I'm pretty damn sure.
I think if that's the narrative, Bron's going to take it a step further, and he's going to take an AAU team over there with him. He ain't going to go by himself.
So,
well, personally, I mean, if we talking about it, I think Bronny going straight to the league. So that's what I think.
But, I don't know if he's ready.
Well, everybody keep talking about it. They don't know if he's ready. He was a freshman. What you expected him to do? Be LeBron James? Good?
No. I'm not saying that, but it's some other kids as freshmen. That mean Mikey going too then.
Yeah,
Mikey going. Yeah, absolutely. I think college. I think the NCAA is going to die. Like that's not even going to be a fun thing to watch no more after a while. It's gonna be juniors and seniors eventually, because boys gonna go to the G League, get that $125,000.
It's still gonna be exciting because it's gonna be dudes who can't make that jump still going to.
But
it's still gonna be good.
I think if it starts dipping like that for a year or two, what I think is actually gonna happen is that the NCAA is gonna fully knock off all those restrictions and let their players get paid buku, so that they can compete with like the G League and shit like that, and then they'll pay them to come back under their banners. And
well, they let them legally get paid. They getting paid now. Don't get that twisted. Yeah. Them boys getting broke off.
I mean, it's a thing. Hey man,
I mean that's a real life thing. I agree with you. I just don't know what, like, I can see what I can see happening is like a private, you know what I mean? Like a league almost that's not the NCAA, because the NCAA got to start early. They can't let the G League get sponsored by Apple or something. You know what I mean? Like get sponsored by somebody that's just gonna blow them out of the water and be like, "Hey, y'all could come play here." Now we're not giving y'all $125,000 anymore. We giving y'all $5 million. The NCAA better hop on that train now before they, a little bit too.
So the G League would basically be like all of the best players who's going to Duke and North Carolina, like McDonald's High School All-American League, is what it would turn. Absolutely. That's what it would turn into, and versus like Jared Jack and Sherman Jackson and people who like was supposed to be good or old or whatever the case is. Chuck Diallo against Zion.
Hashim Thabit.
those guys. Hey man, look, let me tell y'all the last thing that burns my Boudin this week, man. Listen, Rona testing burns my Boudin, and let me tell you why. I'm about to get really like this. I don't like this. Wasn't it's a lot of stuff that goes on every week, right? But I was watching something the other day that just baffled my mind. They said the companies like Quest and all of these ones who like actually run the test are so backed up that the people who are saying next day results for coronavirus tests are getting them back 7 to 10 days later.
Yep.
So that means if you go get a coronavirus test today, you won't get your results until a week later or 10 more days. Mm-hmm. If you get a positive result, that means you were positive 10 days ago. Yep. And you're supposed to quarantine while you're waiting for the results? Or if you didn't quarantine while you're waiting for results, when you get it, well, you didn't just spread it to like people for the last 7 to 10 days. Like it's so like the testing thing makes me think like our country, like I thought it was bad, but when I really put my brain, wrap my head around that, that is like the reason why this is going on right now. Because you can't figure out immediately if you got it. Because if you can figure out immediately if you got it, you can get away from people. But if you had it 10 days ago, then you don't. I don't know, man. That it just burns my Boudin, bro.
If you find out 10 days after you got it, you only got 4 to not have it no more. But you done gave it to so many other people,
right?
If you didn't quarantine after your test, so you know that's the results we have in Houston, Texas, right now.
You want to know what I want to know? So I know we all took science class, and like you take a piece of litmus paper and you drop different substances on it, and it change, and then if it's acidic or whatever you're looking for. I wonder what's the process of. I stuck this Q-tip up to somebody's nose, put it in a jar, send it off to a lab, and then what do they do at that lab?
Oh man,
how
they put the
how
culture
hard
on
it is?
the,
like, do they?
I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm just wondering exactly what they do, because like, is it something that could be localized?
I mean, it's
like why does it have to get sent to
it's a lab. Quest labs are all over the place, but like it goes to the lab. They're probably going to take the swab. They'll put it under some kind of like not a petri dish, but some kind of slide. They'll put that together. They'll prepare it. They'll look at it. I don't know if they're looking at them individually or if they're just loading them all up into a computer, putting the date, like labeling them, running a test. The test might take some time, might take 15, 20 minutes per group of tests that they do. Take them back out, analyze the results, then contact the people. So I think it takes a while to do this, but I think why it's slow, if I had to guess, I didn't read this anywhere, but if I had to guess, it's probably because half the people at Quest Labs got coronavirus and can't go to work. And if they don't have coronavirus, they got it to where only half of the people can work and they got social distancing and you can't get results. But I think the problem...
thousands and thousands in a day.
Yeah, and I think the problem is just the testing in that... Yeah, I mean, it's part of the problem. The problem is that the type of tests we use are bad because they say other countries ain't even doing the stick up the nose daddy.
They swabbing throats or something, huh?
Shit, I don't know. But they said they ain't busting nostrils with it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable.
I just wish they could just dip it in some shit and the shit turn color. Oh, you got it.
You know what?
Like they do drugs.
You know what's the craziest thing? If on March, right after Best Friend Weekend, like March the 10th, if Trump came out and said, all right, the whole country shut down and can't nobody do nothing for 2 weeks, but stay in your house, martial law. Guess what? Coronavirus would have been over in March.
Gone.
It would have been over.
Yeah. We'd been back in school in May. Yeah.
Or maybe not something that restrictive, but, things like that.
No, just shut it down like it was before. Hey, only essentials.
Wear a mask.
Shut down.
Everybody has to wear a mask or you go to jail.
You got to wear a mask when you go anywhere.
Yeah, you can go.
They should.
Jail.
Yeah, or you go to jail.
You can go
fucking
to the
right.
store.
Don't. Like, I mean... If you got that gangster and you fuck without a condom, you go to jail if you know you got it. I mean, if you got that Rona,
not
and you
in California.
well, yeah, I don't know if it's a real thing. I don't know if you go to jail or not. I don't know the rule, but I would assume that they have a case against you that they can try to make you.
We
go
talked
to jail.
about this on the podcast.
Oh, did we?
They changed the rule. Yeah.
Okay, I forgot all
about it. You don't go to
about
jail no more. You could freely give their gangster. But what I do, let me tell you what. So working with the public, the people that don't want to wear a mask, and this probably was said on the podcast, like, you know, in my absence, or maybe even when I was on it, whenever we had Rona talk. The people that's not wearing masks need to do some time. They need to understand, like, they need some consequences and repercussions.
They need to get like, what's the look? They used to cane them people and they still in the little country with
put them in the little stocks with their arms in the thing.
Yeah, and whoop their ass. And just whoop
Let me tell you,
their ass a whole bunch of times.
I had a gentleman tell me that it was a class 4 felony for me to ask him to wear a mask.
At the job?
So, yes. So my man's needs to do some time, just so he don't tell people that no more. And it might be true, but it don't need to be true.
Man. They like in
It's
stores
a class 4
going.
felony for me not to want to get that corona.
They in the stores going up to the counters with no mask on, where it say only mask, and they getting mad and shit.
Yeah,
like it's crazy out here, bro. Like that part is all of that's nuts. All of that is insane to me. But I mean, it is what it is. Hey, Rog, you just kind of spoke a little bit to in your stead, in your absence, man. Tell us, man. The people want to know, man. What is Rog Smuve? Welcome back, and what has Rog Smuve been up to for the last month?
So first off, we start off with a bang. I drove 80 hours in a span of 2 weeks. So started out in Denver, ended up in North Carolina. Then I had to drive all the way back. Spent some time in Dallas. You know, North Carolina was the big bang trip. We just went to the beach. For the first time in my life, I got a sunburn. I'm still peeling and it's nasty. But I look better. Like my color done, you know what I'm saying? My color done even out, and I feel like I look at my best. So that's pretty much what I've been up to, just driving and sitting in the sun and whatnot.
Oh, I thought so.
Was it?
How many miles was that?
More?
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was going to something with it, but he said how many miles?
How many
miles? I don't know. I'm not really sure the amount of miles. I didn't count the miles, but I'll tell you my path. I went Denver to Dallas to Houston to Louisiana, so to New Iberia, to New Orleans, to Birmingham, to Surf City, North Carolina, to Birmingham, to Dallas, to Denver.
Big Chief will figure it out for us. Don't worry about it.
Shout out Big Chief. Just crack an egg.
My guy.
They said, I heard that you walked 1,000 miles. That's what I heard over those over that time. 80 hours equates to 1,000 miles.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just making it up, but it sounds like
I was about to say
maybe
what?
That's real.
If I could just see you tonight. Okay, so
how many miles is it from Denver to Houston?
Man, I don't know. How
many hours?
I do my
guess
travel in hours.
Yeah.
I don't do miles.
But you ain't look and say, "Oh, this is gonna be this many miles on the GPS."
This gonna be this much hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, but
you
Los,
look at the miles.
Los, you don't do that even in Houston. When you ask how far it is from my house, you don't say 17 miles. You say, "Oh, that's about 40 minutes."
But I still look at the mile. I can tell you from my house to my sister's house is 30-something miles.
I don't know. I don't know how far it is from my house to your house. Do you?
Yeah, 12 miles.
It ain't no 12 miles. You lie.
Yes, it is.
I bet no. I bet it's like 8.
I could see him knowing the amount of miles. It could happen.
It could.
A lot of times that y'all done been at each other's house, I could have glanced at the mileage and been like, okay, and it just stuck.
No,
but
it's not even that. The only reason I know because I my car broke down one time and I had to take an Uber, and it was 12 miles to my school, so it's around there. My school, my job is not far from his house, so maybe right at 10.
But you just said 12.
Well, I was guessing.
Yeah, you was guessing. I'm looking right now. 6.3 miles, Los.
No, it's not.
So
It's 12 minutes. It's 12 minutes. It's 6.3 miles, dog.
He didn't see that N. He thought that was MI.
No, it ain't 6.3 miles.
I'm looking at it on.
I don't believe you.
Good, I got it pulled up on MapQuest, Google Maps. I printed it out on MapQuest. Los, I printed out the directions on MapQuest because I read it every time I come there, so I know how to go.
They going the wrong way.
Yeah, I quoted up on my Garmin.
Hold on, Los. Yeah, that is true. I forgot about that. Look, let me go look in my backpack right quick because I got the papers. In my backpack.
The papers from your trip.
Yeah.
Hey, so I know you said you was out there at the beach and you was hanging with C&H, huh?
Yep.
So
Shout out, my boy.
It got me to thinking. And I got a question. It's a real question. So let's see what we know. Do you think on average black people have more white friends or white people have more black friends? And I know it might be counterintuitive because you might think, well, shit, if they're friends, then they got the same equal amount of friends. But I don't think that's a thing. I think that
I'm gonna tell you what I think, and I maybe you can deduce what I'm saying or my answer from what I think. So I think it is very common, more common to see a group of white dudes and one black dude than it is to see a group of black dudes with one white dude. So when I was out there, it seemed like every single group or a group of white kids, because it was, summertime, so they had a lot of like kids out
with
there.
masks on?
Oh no, nobody had a mask on. In fact, the day we left, so we went from Saturday to Saturday, the 20th to the 27th. The 27th, they had a city ordinance or city law, whatever it was called. For you had to wear masks. Like so
you didn't wear a mask out there?
You had to wear a mask. I didn't wear a mask on the beach. No.
You got that.
But whenever we went into the grocery stores and stuff, I had a mask on, but not not on the beach. Absolutely not.
And you know that Rona can get caught up in that wind, go right in your nostrils. Well,
I guess my question on that is, you said and I think that makes sense. You said you'll more likely see. So to say that, then that would mean that white guys more often have a black friend than black people have a white friend. And that the example I was going to use was like weddings and events. Like events is kind of like what you went to this weekend. I mean, but like a wedding, like if you go to a white wedding, will there be a black person there? Versus if you go to a black wedding, would there be a white person? And I think you might be right, because I think at a black wedding is no white people. There's
no white people.
But it's a good chance of it. It depends on like it was a coworker or something.
Yeah, that'd be like the only one
in the wedding. Yeah, like a little loner coworker, little white lady you work with. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time when you go to a white wedding, most of the time when I've been to a white wedding, there is at least one or two other black people there. If I go to a black wedding, none.
Well, I mean,
0.
I'm thinking about like weddings like my boy Wade. I'm thinking Officer Friendly. There was definitely a white boy in the wedding, and like a lot of these weddings, so that means them and their spouse would be there. I'm thinking to a lot of weddings, it's usually like a white person. But then, I mean, shit, my homeboy Dre, 1 year anniversary. Shout out. This podcast brought to you by Dre Height, the voice of LA.
Shout out.
Yeah, there wasn't no white folks over there. So, like, yeah, I think you're right. But I think this kind of goes to another idea, right? And we talk about race a lot on the podcast, so this is an easy subject to broach. I think it goes to that idea of acceptance and like having to introduce the right word I want to say is like comfort level. Like I feel like a black dude could be like, white boy be like, oh, we got something going on at this person's house. And I could pop up over there and just pop up to the crib and be like, hey, what's up? I'm here to see C&H, right? And they'll let me in, and I'm comfortable doing that. I think if it was like, oh, we got having this house party and it's all black people, the white dude would be like, I need to ride with you. Can you like, what time you gonna come pick me up to bring you there? Like, he's not really as likely to just pull up on a black scene or a black club and just be like, oh, I'm at the door waiting for y'all boys. It's more like, I want to roll with you.
It depends on how you grew up. What kind of white boy we talking about?
I think you're right. But I think sweeping generalizations that yes, but I think that almost 10 times out of 10, the black dude wouldn't feel threatened or would be fine with just pulling up at the white establishment. Like, hey, he might call when he's there, but I don't have to be like introduced or accepted in that way. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Am I wrong on that?
No.
Yeah, I guess so.
No, I don't think you're wrong at all. Plenty of times, you know, I've pulled up to like an all white party. Plenty of times I pulled up to the wedding and I'm the only black person. Like, and I feel completely comfortable and whatnot. And I think C&H, if we're talking specifically, is the exception, you know, to the rule, because I don't think, you know, he didn't grow up. He not, when you say what type of white boy, he not that, you know, he not Jason Williams, you know, he ain't white chocolate, like he's just a regular white dude. And I think that he has the comfortability to pull up on scenes like that, especially if he knows that I'm inside. But yeah, no, I could definitely see just like a regular frat dude being like, you know, yeah, I'll check it out with you because you're my dog, but can I walk in with you? Like, you know, like, can you make sure that I'm gonna be straight and that people see us together before I have to kind of fend for myself? I think that is a real thing. And
I think
black people more accepting though. Like black people,
of course they are.
Like, oh, look at that white boy.
Of course they are.
Black folk more accepting. I think you go to certain white spots by yourself as a black dude. They be looking at you like, man,
it's perception though.
Chicken and giblets across the street.
Oh, they're over there, huh, nigga? But it's perception.
These are vegetables.
I think that the black dude would perceive it differently. I mean, the white folks would perceive it differently. The white boy would perceive it differently. He would feel like, yeah, he can go, but he would be like, I'm kind of nervous around these folks. So I guess it speaks to the larger part that white dudes need like a black person to be their tour guide into the black world. This is kind of goes to what Rumble was saying, but not to that extreme. You know, like Rumble was talking about, there's no more need for that type for a token. Yeah. There's no more need for a token, but there is a need for a token, like a tour guide token.
Usher.
Usher. Yeah, you're gonna need an usher. You might not need a token to tell you how to dress or what to listen to or what to say, because you can figure that out.
Walk in.
You might need somebody to walk in. Absolutely. So maybe
get your program.
Get you a program. Go fix your plate. Nah, he good.
Nah, he good. No. He good. He with me. Oh, okay. He ain't wash his hands or nothing.
That's that one.
Grabbing the chicken with his bare hand.
That's that one little level of black privilege there. That like you can walk into that white establishment, that white wedding, and just go to the ball, open ball, and they're gonna be like, "Hey," I mean, some people might hate you, but they're gonna be like,
I was just about to say, you get them old dirty looks. Nigga.
But some of them are gonna go out.
These are vegetables.
They're gonna bend over backwards to help you out. Some of them will.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just saying.
I think in my experience, most of the time it's been like, hey, you like I get the you good here, and I think that also, like you said, there might be some people that don't think that I'm good there, and maybe they had that conversation and been like, hey, you tripping? Like we know him, you know, like he good, and they come up to me and be like, hey, bro, it's open bar. Just letting you know.
Yeah. But good. You're a non-threatening looking guy though, right? You're not like me. I was looking at me crazy if I walk in there. Like,
but you know what though? Sometimes that could work against me. Sometimes that could. I mean, I'm just giving you a scenario where that could work against me, where they like, well, who is this dude? Oh, you know what I mean? Like you might walk in and be like, oh, like, who invited him? But when I walk in, they might be like, who is? Black people don't look like how he got a better suit on than me. I'm just saying that it could just work out that way. I'm not saying that it ever has, but I'm just giving you that scenario.
They say it all the time. I've actually heard white people say, "Why Raj got on a better suit than me?"
At least twice.
It's fine.
And then I was like, I turned around. I was like, Raj got on shorts and stuff. I was like, what suit? They like the monkey suit that monkey got.
He always has
I don't know. That came to me afterwards, but it was good. I thought that was funny, man. Hey, man. He got a monkey suit, but at least he don't. I mean, he could have had a lot of different suits. Monkey suit, ape suit, swimsuit, tiger suit. But you know who does have a tiger suit? You know who do have a tiger suit? Moose Daniels, Urban Flowsaurus. Now's as good a time as any to check out the good folks at Urban Flowsaurus. The big homie Moose Daniels has been supplying a steady stream of independent, underground, and exclusive R&B, hip-hop, and beyond across your airwaves. Pretty much any day of the week, you can catch Mr. Hydrate or Intoxicate on Facebook Live under Urban Flowsaurus, spinning something extra soulful or jazzy that'll either take you back to a certain time in your life or make you wonder why you never heard that track before. Go to his Linktree at linktree.com/Urban Flowsaurus to find the links for the radio shows, podcasts, and live performances from Moose Harris, and be sure to follow him at Moose_Harris on Instagram and Twitter. Man, listen, there's so many ways to consume music these days, and Urban Flowsaurus produces content in every which way imaginable. So check him out. Moose Harris of Urban Flowsaurus, a different voice with a show like you've never heard before.
Ooh, if you're looking for the biggest cat on the bayou, go see my boy Moose. Hey, Moose. Moose.
The biggest cat on the bayou. If Moose come out with a t-shirt that say Moose Daniels, the biggest cat on the bayou, Los, I might buy it. No, but I might buy it.
He owe me, first of all.
I might buy it. It's got to have his face on it. That's that one with his face on it. But it got to say Moose Daniels.
No, we ain't buying. Listen,
the biggest cat.
We ain't buying shit.
Okay, we need one free. The biggest cat on the bayou.
Biggest cat on the bayou, man.
I personally think it should be like a moose, tiger,
Cat.
A tiger moose, like
what up?
that. And then on the bayou, like put him on some water.
On the bayou.
I have a vision for that shirt, and I would wear it.
But he's got to be the biggest one on the bayou.
It's a moose. It's a moose, but with tiger stripes and claws, and a moose head with horns.
But listen, the cat has to be bigger than the bayou, though. That's the only way it works.
There's no question about it that he's bigger.
That's the only
Not
way
when
it
anyone's
works,
close.
right?
He's Taco Fall of the bayou.
He gotta be bigger than the bayou.
Like he can step over it. He can just go to the other side of the bayou if he feels threatened.
No, he's already on the other side of it. He's on both sides of the bayou. That's what you know. He's bigger than the bayou. He's standing on both sides.
I cannot with you. A big elk.
So you would notice him if you walked by you.
A bayou. Yeah. Bullets breeze by you. There you go, man. That's hey, man. I don't. Oof. Anyway, man. Look. Speaking of, I don't have nothing. I have nothing. Speaking of moose,
biggest moose on the bayou.
Yeah. There's no segue between that. There's no segue between that. But Los, you hit me up earlier about celebrating National Blackout Day. So I don't know. If people knew what that was all about, but Blackout Day yesterday when we were recording this was this past Tuesday, when many Black Americans showed their combined economic might by refusing to spend money on anything at all. Those who buy stuff is encouraged to buy Black businesses, and it happened yesterday, and it's basically the objective was to force politicians in the business world to end institutionally racist profiles and practices that led to the deaths and marginalization of Black Americans. Mm-hmm. They say Black Americans spend more than $1 trillion on consumer goods in like 2018 alone. So basically, where the money goes, that's whatever it is. Man, I see a post from Zeta Phi Beta, you know what I'm saying, from our sisters at Zeta Phi Beta talking about encourages people to avoid spending money on July 7th. So I'm just going to start by saying I didn't get the memo. I was working this week, so I did not get the memo. And yesterday I went to Target and spent about $300, which is ridiculous.
I'm so upset.
Target for $300.
Exactly. What did I buy from Target for $300? It got expensive. The trip got expensive. It's neither here nor there. It's just that I did. And I felt bad when I saw that like this morning. Like, damn, that was yesterday?
That's
like,
I saw it.
You still wear
I feel like I saw it yesterday and was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna do that." But I'm gonna look at the fly another day and find out the day that it is because I don't.
I feel like we could do it once a week. Let's just every Tuesday we don't buy nothing as Black people.
Mm-hmm. But
you know what?
I bought on Monday. So
double. You bought twice as much on Monday.
So I didn't need nothing on Tuesday.
Is that how that works?
I just forgot to get gas, and now I got like 10 miles left till I'm empty.
Like it was like normally everybody spends like $150 million, and they're like, oh, on the blackout day we lost $50 million and only was 100. But on Monday it was 175, and on Wednesday it was 175. So it was like it went up those 2 days.
And Wednesday, Monday and Wednesday was my 2 biggest days
of the year. Run that Black Friday sale the day after y'all blackout day. Come on,
y'all
man.
dumb ass. I ain't had no plans.
Sale day after. No, Rod, you was saying something because I'm that's
My
hilarious to me, man.
No, it's all good. I was letting y'all boys finish. Do you consider it to be buying black if you buy from an African establishment? Like an Ethiopian establishment.
I have a new theory on this, and my new theory that I'm working through like in real time right now is that Africans might actually understand the struggle more than black people. And I think I'm okay with it.
They willing to go through it. I think they head first and they faithful.
Yeah.
Like they'll stick to the shit.
Yeah.
We'll be like, all right, that's enough of that. You know what I mean? They're riding
slave blood in us, man.
Out.
Not slave blood. That's that old slave master blood running through us from years of that nonsense.
They with the shits more than us.
No, I'm saying
like they'll go create.
We talking all that HBCU shit, but what did I say? Makur. This big African is the first one who like I'm gonna go to HBCU. Like we talk about Mo and John Murray, this Virgin Islands and Liberia, and them boys be the main ones. Like. You know, pro-black everything and sticking with it. Like, I just think that there's something to that. I don't want to just sell out regular black, quote-unquote, regular black people. But
I just think our problem is we don't, number one, we don't stick together enough to even make stuff like that happen. I think Africans are way more closer. They stick together way more than we do. Like, they might not like each other, but when they come to outside races other than African, they will get together with the person they despise just to make sure you don't win. You know what I'm saying? Or get over on their race. Like that's the thing that we're missing. You know what I mean? They would like I said, they are down for the cause 1,000%, and they'll stick with it. And if they don't have it, they're like, okay, well listen. Like today, I was like, when I hit y'all, I'm like, hey, y'all know where a black gas station at? We still buying black today. I need some gas. I was really serious. I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I need a black gas station. But then, you know,
I think you should just go to LinkedIn and then type it in, and it's gonna have a picture of a black woman next to like a BP, like the first black-owned BP gas station by a black woman in Atlanta.
No, I actually Googled it. It's a website called supportblackbusiness.com.
I mean, they got a bunch of those.
The nearest one is Round Rock, Texas.
So I bet
so
let me ask you a question. If you went on there and you look on the podcast section, were we on there? My point is just I don't think that all of them things are updated as much because once again, Los, this is what I'm about to say. I feel like your point that you said before that we're not all together on some shit. Like, like there's no repository of up-to-date repository of black businesses and stuff that we could do that. Yeah. There's no black banks. I read something about that the other day, how there's no black banks, you know?
And they got one in Third Ward, I believe. Is it still down there?
When I say no, I don't mean literally none. I mean like
I thought that's what you meant.
No, I meant like
I know what you meant.
Like we put our money in Chase in Wachovia. Wachovia.
They got the Omega Sci-Fi Credit Union. I'm looking right now.
I'm straight. I'm not putting a red cent in that bitch.
Oh, hold on. There's actually the Phi Beta Sigma Federal Credit Union.
Oh yeah,
Washington.
I have money in that while you're playing. I do have money in the Sigma Credit Union. When it first was getting traction, when like 03 and shit, when I was online, they basically made us all make a donation of like $50 at a conference. Yeah, I got money in the Phi Beta. I got money in black banks. You heard me? Blue fight.
If you put 50 in there in 2003, you should have some cheese.
I should have at least $78. That's how interest works, Los. That shit ain't no fucking 6% interest rates, my nigga. I probably got 100. Like if I put 50,000, I might have 78,000. But if I got 50, I got like $78.
That boy put 50. That boy got $53.
Hey, we had some hazing incidents take place. We had to borrow a little bit.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry the market went down over here, but we had to get $3 out of everybody's account to make sure we keep it. You didn't get that email? Oh, we sent it to your MySpace account. My bad.
That's the account we had on file. That's what we
My
had.
bad.
The email we had for you was exposure at blackplanet.net.
Hey, remember that song you did? That when I sent you, I went and looked through that, boy. That thing still up. It's nice.
Yeah. What you been up to over the last 20 years, boy? Yeah, don't worry about that money. We'll take it.
Hold on. You can't get this 50. If you get the 50, we gotta take a $25
early termination.
It's a processing fee, and then it's gonna cost you $7 to get the rest out.
So if you want to take out that 50, all in all, you gonna have to give us $4.
You owe us $6. 1 night.
Boy, stop.
No, that's not y'all.
That's not
What's
us.
y'all?
Stop it. I already said it. You don't be
What's
listening.
y'all the date?
Listening.
What's y'all date?
Blue, fire.
What's the date though?
No, I'm saying it.
Y'all don't have no date. You just said blue.
Oh, I thought you said it was the chant. You said it was the date, 1914.
I mean, the year thing.
In 1914. How would you begin a great legion of the Royal Blue?
14.
And that day,
Well, you got it.
without a
14.
Phi Beta Sigma came to rock the house.
All right, but yeah, I think
rock the house.
he should need we need somebody over to have a list so we'll know where to go.
A black,
you're
talking about like a black banker.
Yeah, like just a list for that. Like
They do have a list.
grocery
Los.
farm.
I'm on it right now. They have a list, and the one that I'm actually like signing up right now for One United Bank. They got some dope credit cards too. Like and it says we have unapologetically black images on our tap to pay Visa debit cards to show the world that black money matters. Hashtag in the front and in the back.
I'm just gonna stay with my rush card, but y'all can do whatever y'all want.
I don't want a rush card.
That's supporting black business.
Boy, hey, now that definitely is that. But only thing about it, you got to find you a little cash checking place to go get your money from. But
other than that. We already, man. Hey, man, since we talking about black things, let's talk about the next black president of the United States, Kanye. What you was calling him, Bubba Gump? What you was saying, Roger, earlier?
Bubba Trump.
Oh,
that don't ring. That's fire.
Bubba Trump.
Like if you do like the Bubba Trump Shrimp Company instead of the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. It don't have to be a shrimp company, but it could be something, a pimp company. The Bubba Trump Pimp Company.
Man.
Nah, I don't like the ring of it.
I just don't subscribe to Ye. Like, obviously he got some shit going on with it, man. I mean, you can't take anything, like, I mean, if I went on my Insta and said I'm running for president, then who cares, right? But he's got enough people to follow him that it becomes a thing. What I think that bothers me the most about it is I initially saw it and was like, this nigga don't love himself. And I just was like, he's stupid. And I just didn't even look at it. But I think that people who are serious about the fact that Trump is trying to get Trump out of office think that that's ridiculous because they like, bruh, he's going to siphon away some of the vote from people who were going to vote for Biden, right? Like, that's the initial thought. And I was like, then other people were like, nah, he's like Trump, so he's going to siphon the votes for people who would have voted for Trump. And I'm like, no, that's not how this works. Like, white boy,
no.
Neo-Nazis not about to go vote for Trump.
No. Unless he's doing, like you said, unless he's doing option A and he's working with Trump. Like Trump said, go ahead and run. And split them votes up between, get your people, just split them votes up so he can't beat me.
I'm sorry to throw this in here at this time, but the Bubba part was Bubba Wallace. But anyway, I'm listening.
Oh,
the fact that he. Oh yeah, we did a whole episode on that though. Okay, I got you. I was like, I literally thought you meant you was calling Kanye Bubba Trump. Like, no, that's.
I didn't think that. I just didn't know what he was talking about. I just didn't. I skipped right over that.
I honestly thought it was like Bubba Trump. Like Bubba Gump Bubba was the black dude who was with Forrest Gump, and Kanye is the black dude who was with Trump. That's what I was thinking you was talking about. I
mean,
yeah,
it's art, man. It's art. You can look at it and decipher whatever you want.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but I guess my point with the Kanye running thing, just to say this, to kind of say this is, I was like, then I started saying, well, he ain't filed no papers. He like, this ain't serious. Nobody gonna really vote for Kanye West or mess up the vote like that. Then I saw a bunch of these cats from Laurelville, like, he the worst of the three, the best of the three evils, the lesser of the three evils. And really people like, yeah, I'll vote for him. Yeah, I'll vote. Black people, our age.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, that's some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard. What does a black person our age have to have against Joe Biden? A black person our age who worked to Sears got against Joe Biden.
Listen, he don't know what he got against nobody. He just know that's Kanye West, and that boy makes some fire beats, and and he know Jay-Z and his old lady Kim K, and she had a porno. She's in there with Ray J. Now cue that music, but but no, them boys don't care, man. Like, I learned a long time ago to stop worrying about ignorant people and what they care about and what they thinking, and or even try to understand it, because then you'll start getting sick. Like, you'll be like, man, hold on, I know, am I tripping? You know what I mean? People are really gonna wait. If he does go through, I don't think he will, but people are really gonna waste their vote on Kanye West. You're gonna be surprised about the number of votes you're gonna get.
Kanye actually said that he would run as a Republican if Trump wasn't there. And he said, I would run as an independent if Trump is there. So what I think that there is something to be said for the fact that he might hurt Trump's votes. I think that he gonna hurt Biden too. So maybe he just even it out. I don't know. Like, what is
he's not gonna hurt Trump votes at all. He's gonna be responsible for getting Trump real.
Okay, so I think that if it's a diametrically opposed, like a binary choice between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, that means a lot of people are either voting for Trump or against Trump. You know what I mean? Like, Biden doesn't even count in this equation. Like, the binary choice is on or off Trump, and we're going to the polls to say off Trump, no, off Trump. Mm-hmm. And we don't even care who the other person is. It could have been John Kerry, could have been Hillary Clinton, could have been anybody we would be voting for instead of Donald Trump. The people who want Donald Trump
don't
gone,
want to be Kanye
right?
West, though.
But if Kanye West gets in there, it becomes less of a binary. It doesn't become a binary, because binary only means two. So then it's like, it's Donald Trump or Kanye West or the other guy who we don't even care about. So people might go in there and say, I hate Trump, so let me just click Kanye West, when in actuality that's going to split the vote. You know what I mean? I don't think any of the people who really like Trump are going to like Kanye West. But that's my thought on it. I don't know.
I agree. I don't think nobody who likes Trump is voting for Kanye West. I don't think people with any type of brain is voting for Kanye West.
I don't know if Kanye West even going to get on the ballot, but I mean, this is all hypothetical. I think. I would wonder if Kim Kardashian would even let him, because that's my thought. I think she would be like, nah, because she actually is.
Babe, they won't let us film in the White House, so we can't even do that.
Yeah.
They won't even let us. We can't have keep up the Kardashians in the White House, babe. We can't do that.
I don't know, man. 808s and heartbreaks in the White House.
He be dropping albums. What?
On the White House lawn.
Yeah, that'd be very fun.
In the Lincoln bedroom.
He have a he have a listening party on the White House lawn.
That's as crazy, because I think he would just be doing his thing, and I think that Trump's still trumping in office.
Yeah,
like Trump is still doing
Trump is definitely doing Trump,
and I think Kanye West would just be doing Kanye West stuff.
It will be 4 more years of the same dumb shit.
We talk about music sometimes on the podcast. We talk about music sometimes, and we talk about how, and I think that we've mentioned how we like most people's first album. I don't know, maybe that's just me.
No, most people, because that's your whole life up until that point, we said.
Yeah.
Right? I think that this would give Kanye a lot of things to rap about. I almost hope that Kanye West would be the president, because his next album would be dope. His
Area
album
51.
in 8 years would be dope.
Area 51, yeah, I seen some aliens. Told my old lady, we gonna get paid, I won.
Man,
design some new clothes. Yeah,
I heard The Rock was like another person like a couple years ago that was like talking about running. And that's another person who's like a celebrity who has that status, you know, like that but The Rock is more like Ronald Reagan or Donald Trump, who's like a real celebrity, and I think who's sane, and that a lot of people kind of Trump we thought was sane, right? But I think The Rock could actually like be somebody who people would vote for. But the whole thing in my head is you have to do it the right way. You got to run through the primaries and shit, and like I don't know. I don't
like you just jumping in at the end, and then you got to run the whole marathon, man. You can't just jump in that mile 1.5 at the end of. You got 1.5, half a mile left, and you jump in running full speed. I don't like that.
But there's gonna be some time. I mean, there might be another Democratic candidate that emerges eventually. I think that Biden's the front runner right now. But
no, that's not gonna happen.
There's gonna. You don't think so?
Nah, because they already did the primaries in most states. So like those votes are already pledged for the Democratic Party to have pledged those votes for those states to Biden. So it's like nobody can catch up. Nobody can catch up. Like mathematically. Ain't nobody could come at this point and catch the number. Now it could be a contested conference, like Democratic National Conference, but then that would have to be a big clusterfuck for that to happen. Yeah,
I just feel like it can happen.
So who you want, Biden? Who you want, Biden or Ye?
Smart. No, I mean,
now cue up that music for Nothin NICE to say.
You know they say if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
Nothing nice to say, but Aldo NICE.
Ain't nothing nice. You hear me?
So Los sent me a news clipping earlier today. It read this. At least 6 children were killed by gun violence across the nation this holiday weekend. Now, that's a crazy stat. It's literally like 1 kid for every 8.5 states got killed. I mean, it's always sad when the kid gets killed due to some senseless violence. You know, these children ages 6 to 14 were all shot and killed while doing everyday things like riding their mama car, walking to the mall, and playing in the yard with their cousins. And the news clipping on CNN shows like all of these little black kids, and it says 1 from Atlanta, 1 from Hoover, Alabama, 1 from D.C., 1 from San Francisco, and of course, 1 from Chicago. Now, the reason I say of course ain't because I've been watching The Chi, and I think this how they get down. Matter of fact, I started watching The Chi when I heard they kicked Jason Mitchell off the show. Not because I think it's okay to harass people on the set, but I do think it's the nature of New Orleans niggas to just be on the set like, why, come here, little girl. Let me holler at you. Let me touch that big pussy right quick. Come. You know what I mean? I feel like New Orleans niggas next level. But I ain't got no proof that he did it. And even if he did, say love. say love. Say love, mama, come here.
Black. Say black.
Come
say
here.
Black.
Come here. And even if I did,
fuck you then.
And they were justified with getting rid of the dude, I don't like it, man. I just don't like when shows get kill the roles of people because they did something in real life. Like if I was a little redneck who watched Roseanne, and I would have stopped watching the show too when they canned over them racist remarks. Not because I didn't think it was wrong to get rid of her, just I don't like a TV show being altered like that just because one person's fuck up. That's a selfish opinion. I want the same characters in the TV show. I don't want a new person who's like the main character. Like you can have a little side character, like a new Aunt Viv is fine, but you can't have like a new star of the show. Either way, let me get back to my point. I knew they would throw Chicago in there because that's day one. Anytime a nigga bring up a legitimate point about Black Lives Matter, police brutality, or racism, a clown-ass non-ally brings up, well, what about Chicago? It's literally all that Fox News does. And I get it. All in all, black folks kill each other at an alarming rate. But y'all want to hear another fact? White folks get killed by other white folks. Asians get killed by other Asians. And Hispanics get killed by Latinos. Or Latinos get killed by Hispanics. I'm not sure which one. But it's a real thing. People kill within the communities that they live in. Black on black violence is just because black people be around black people. You kill people that you know. All that to say, fuck that. That point is dumb. I hate that those kids got killed. But it's a stupid, innocent waste of life. But still in all, I ain't got nothing nice to say about the news trying to make that invalidate the other bullshit that black people going through. So I won't say nothing at all.
Yeah, my thing is just though, in everything we got going on, we back with the bullshit. That's my whole thing with it all. Right now ain't the time for all that dumb shit. It ain't the time for it, man. At some point we got to say no, and then to to your point, yeah, that might does happen, but nobody kills each other at the rate we do. I don't believe nobody kill each other at the rate we killing each other.
I get you.
I don't think it's happening.
I mean, I don't have the data. I don't have the data in front of me, but when I say them other people kill each other, that's true. There's more white on white violence than anything else. Yeah. And the fact that they say black on black violence, it just I don't know. Like,
no, I don't think it's more white on white violence than like death than it is black on black killing each other. I think we in the we ahead of everybody in that one.
I think you probably.
I don't know for sure, but I think we're ahead. My whole thing with it was, right now ain't the time for that dumb shit. Like, I know the little girl in Atlanta, somebody had a barricade up. I don't know what they were doing out there. They didn't say it in the article. And she went through the barricade, illegal barricade somebody had up. Just put up, I don't know what they were doing. And they sprayed her car up. Like, come on, dog. Like, you know, boys pulling up, kids playing in the yard, shooting across the street at people. Like, come on, man. Like, my thing is, this time right now, this is when we need to unite. And can't be killing each other.
You can't expect black people to live.
Them ain't black people.
You can't expect. Well, you still can't expect them to live in a way that's just like walk on eggshells around everything. I'm not saying that you should be able to kill people, but what I'm saying is you can't expect these people to act completely different today than they did 3 weeks ago, because people ears are open to what's happening. Those issues were still always happening at the same time. That whatever. I mean, you know, shit, like, watch old movies. Black people, was blaxploitation movies. Black people were still shooting and killing each other in the 60s when it was whites only, in colors only restaurants.
I think in the same sentence, I think it's crazy in the same sentence how we saying, man, we respect and love how Africans stick together and all of this, and yet say that black people can't do the same thing or can't expect black people to do the same thing. And maybe that's true. The word expect is real. I get what you're saying. You said what you said and you meant what you said. But I wish that black people use this time to act differently towards each other. Much like Los was saying, and unite. I wish that, because in the 60s and in blaxploit, all of those things, we didn't have social media and all of those things to just make us aware of what's going on. Everybody got a smartphone now. Everybody got the internet. So if there is a time for me to expect a black person to act differently, this would be the time.
Fair enough. But the word you use is the wrong word. This is the time that you would hope that black people would act differently. You can't expect a nigga not to nig, because niggas gon' nig.
Wish
is good. Wish and hope. Yeah, we can wish. But we down.
I said wish. You said the wrong word. I said wish.
No, you said expect. I was listening.
I said if there ever was a time for me to expect it, not to say that I would expect it, but if there was a time where I'd be like, all right, I'm going to use my expect card. This would be the expect card used. I'm putting it all on black right now. And, you know, it still might end up red.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess for me, it's just hardening, because you can tell we just really not gonna get to where we really need, where we could be, and where I think we should be as a culture if we do not stop shooting ourselves in the foot with our own gun.
Literally.
I mean, yeah, we'll never get there, bro. We'll never get there, man. It's sad. You know, I got a daughter. She's 12. You know, it just, you would think, you like, God damn. And it's getting crazy about a day right now. We got coronavirus on top of Karens, cows, nooses, the laws. You know what I mean? The system still fucked up. And then on top of all of that, we killing ourselves too. Come on, man.
Boys going Stacy from the wood on boys.
Have y'all ever considered that we created the word Karen?
I thought
about it before, that very possibly Best Friend Weekend could be the behind Karen as the thing. Now, they said Dane Cook had a special that he did a bunch of, but I'm like, Dane Cook wouldn't have created it in this context. I mean, I get it, but nah. Cancellation Karen.
And cow.
Yeah, I feel like we may have done that. The right person might have seen that and just ran with it.
But I think this a lot about what we say on the podcast, that the right person probably didn't heard or seen something we didn't say many a times and just ran with it. I told you that shit burns my food. But we don't I guess we don't copyright our words each week, which you can't really do. It's not like some lyrics that we could say some other things. But speaking of lyrics and black people, A former rap label owner / football player, Desean Jackson, was in the news this week. Now, I didn't hear this story a lot until you guys were telling me about it, but it basically, he reposted this on his Instagram story. It was like, Hitler said, because the white Jews knows that Negroes are the real children of Israel, and to keep America's secret, the Jews will blackmail America. They will extort America. Their plan for world domination won't work if the Negroes know who they actually are. The white citizens of America will be terrified to know that all this time they've been mistreating and discriminating and lynching the children of Israel. So, I mean, it's this weird little convoluted thing where he's saying that the Jews are hiding the fact that black people are really like the children of Israel, the lost tribe of Israel, and the white people are persecuted. It's a weird little flex. And that's what he put, and there was an apology tour, and it's a lot of things. I just want to say this before y'all give me your take, because I want to know. He also put the week, like this leading up to it, he was posting about Minister Farrakhan, saying it's a very powerful man, don't be blinded, know what's going on. And the only note I wrote on my paper is, I would like to talk about the danger of having a little bit of knowledge. Like, I just think that when people know a little bit of something or think they know a little bit of something, it's so dangerous. It's so dangerous.
Yeah.
Doctors.
Especially if you don't have a context, you don't have any substance to put behind it. You got to put some substance behind stuff like that. You can't just tweet stuff like that out. You got to get on there and explain those type of things. Especially, like, it's different when you just me and you, or us, you us. That's different. But when you got followers and you playing, like, and you got a white on, like, dog, you got to relax with that. Nobody ain't trying to hear that. Or get with somebody who knows how to put your words in such a way where it'll make sense, and people won't won't take it out of context, or where you won't sound like you sounded, because they found some racial stuff and that's so quick. They like, oh, he's racist. Come on, man, relax.
They said it's the stereotype of Jews being like devious and sneaky and whatever else. I told you this a couple of weeks ago. My thought about how it sounds anti-Semitic anytime you say something about how Jewish people kind of been winning for. I mean, I get it. The Holocaust was horrible, right? I mean, it's a horrible thing. 100 million slaves died in the slave trade. So what are we talking about? I mean, like I get it that it was. They came out on the good side. Exactly. It's a horrendous because they were able to acclimate, but using a thing that black people don't own, which is white skin. Mm-hmm. Like, we weren't able to finish slavery, and then all of a sudden, all of us have white skin. If we did, it'd be different. Yeah. They used that to march. Yeah. Jewish people. I'm gonna be could do different. Go ahead, Raj.
I'm gonna be honest. When I read it, I was thinking, what's so bad about it? Like that's what I was thinking. Like, what? Okay, so maybe he did make some. Or you know what's the worst thing he said? Hitler said.
Yeah. But people wasn't even on that. They wasn't even on the Hitler said part. It was on like the Jewish part. Like,
yeah. But
I feel like if they would have took, if he'd have took that. If he took away the Hitler said part of it and just posted that part,
cropped his picture,
maybe it's not that. Yeah, hey, Trump said, and it would have been like, oh yeah, and that's some crazy shit. But did y'all see what Steven Jackson said?
No, Steven Jackson said something today. What did he say?
So Steven Jackson said, so I just read a statement that Philadelphia Eagles posted regarding Desean Jackson's comments. He was trying to educate himself, educate people, and he's speaking the truth, right? He's speaking the truth. He don't hate nobody, but he's speaking the truth of the facts that he knows and trying to educate others. But y'all don't want us to educate ourselves. If it's talking about the black race, y'all ain't saying nothing about it. They killing us. Police killing us and treating us like shit. Racism is at an all-time high, but ain't none of y'all NFL owners spoke up on that. Ain't none of your teams spoke up on that. But at the same time, you had a receiver, Riley Cooper, who said the word nigger publicly. They gave him an extension. I play for the Big Three. We have a Jewish owner. He understands where we stand and some of the things we say, but it's not directed towards him. It's the way we've been treated. He later deleted the video, but appeared to respond in another.
I mean, I saw Shannon Sharp saying the same kind of sentiment about the Riley Cooper thing. Like, bro, they gave that boy an extension and they gave him a slap on the wrist. Like, they fined him.
They gave him an extension, a 5-year extension.
After they fined him a couple dollars, you know what I mean?
That boy say the president has been laid. You know what the Eagles is? I mean, hey, are we surprised?
I'm not. It's just it's a weird thing because his apology came out. But you know, I think about it, I'm lumping him in like the Kyrie Irving of the world, people who kind of like have these Hotepian views as athletes. So you kind of don't expect the athletes that we watching to be like super Hoteps. But I honestly think a lot of them boys just not smart. So you give them a little bit of knowledge and they just run with it and they'll listen to everything that anybody says. I mean, Minister Farrakhan, love him or hate him, the dude says shit that's inflammatory and racist. Like black people can't be racist, so I'm not going to say he's racist. However, he says things that are very prejudiced against other people.
Yes.
He prejudges the shit out of other people, dog.
And he does it for 3 hours, too.
What?
Jesus.
They say he be up there just talking.
That shit was long as hell, man.
Like, he didn't got put off a lot of social media sites for inflammatory statements about you know, they say anti-Semitic. I mean, shit, what you call it got in trouble for that? Ice Cube got in trouble for that one time for a lyric about that. I mean, you hear it a lot, like the Jewish community does come out and they're like, this person is anti-Semitic, and that usually goes somewhere when they do it. Like, people get in trouble over
they
that.
own everything. They own everything.
So what you just said, Los, is what they are like, that's racist, what you just said. Jews own everything. I swear to God, that is how racism against Jews works, right?
But that's how you know they own everything, because you can say, just because you said I own everything, that's racist too.
No, we don't. Chill out.
There you go. You started this. Now, Raj started it by telling us to stop.
No. That's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
they want.
Reacting like y'all own everything. No, we don't. No, we don't. What about Sam Walton wasn't Jewish?
Nah. Bill Gates ain't a Jew? No.
His uncle is, but not him.
Right? That's crazy. I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said, sometimes you just gotta, like, I appreciate his sentiment sometimes, or just anybody. Just say this shit. Say it, articulate it in a way that you're not gonna get in trouble. Like, we don't need people changing the subject right now, because I mean, everybody's timeline is back to normal now, and we got to keep the pressure on and not give them excuses to be like, well, black people just, or you know, whatever.
They working hard to change that subject right now too.
Absolutely.
They working so hard to change that subject. It's crazy.
Absolutely. Hey man, listen. This has been a crazy little work week for me. I've been back on the grind. I got a couple of other weeks to work. I mean, but this one is one of the most tiring that I got. So I'm gonna go ahead on and get back on the grind. I gotta finish some documents tonight. But y'all have a great weekend. You know what I'm saying? Because we got some special stuff coming up for you. Oh, you know what? Might as well say it right now. You know, by the time you listen to the podcast, you're going to be listening to it on Los birthday weekend.
LBWQT plus.
I ain't doing shit because it's Corona.
He can't blow out the candles. He gotta wave them buds off, man.
Speaking of, I'm actually hating on this, that my birthday passed, Lo's birthday about to pass. I believe a bunch of other people's birthday passed, and it was all during that Corona. And when Al's birthday come through, that Corona might be acceptable to be in them streets.
Nah, it's gonna be chilly. It's gonna start getting cold. It's gonna be out there big. Then Corona gonna be sitting there. Everybody stop sign in your street.
Well, that make me feel better.
Hey man, I don't need y'all to hate. How about what Raj said?
You want?
How about shit gonna be opened up that weekend? They're gonna be like, a president's gonna come out and be, well, not the president. Yeah, the new president, because that's right around election. Corona has been defeated for Al's birthday.
Kanye. Everybody get in the streets right now. Get out there. Go now.
Everybody get out.
Corona be back in December. 2 more weeks. Half the world. 400 million new cases.
But guess what? Guess what we get to do during that time? We get to go have another little best friend weekend like we did the last time. We shut the world down.
Right before it happened.
Every time we have a best friend weekend.
Wouldn't that be something if we our best friend weekend events is why everybody got that wrong?
They contact trace it right back to us. That would be crazy.
And we shook it.
You get that over email?
No. I enjoy it.
Hey, y'all stupid. Like I was saying, man, look, y'all go to the site, shop with us. I've been getting a couple of artists this week, so that's dope. Have a great weekend.
Yeah.
Make it a best friend weekend. And we out.